One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. We are back with the podcast episode 229, aka Before I Let Go. Shout out to
Woo.
always available hashtag Shira Eddie.
What's good, Rome?
Shout out to Don't Charge Abdul.
Shout out to Not Here Abdul.
And I am DJ Jerome Baker the third. This is What's a Podcast. Do remember you can check us out everywhere you listen to your podcast and everywhere that you watch the video. So youtube.com/@ sign eight what's a podcast 8716 and what's a podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify podcasts. Obviously we're back. It's another wonderful week here excuse me, in Washington DC, where we are based. We're still watching many things happen in the world.
Crazy shit, man.
Crazy things going on in the world. Eddie, how was your weekend?
My weekend was cool, man. I didn't really do too much. Like Saturday, Friday, I hang out with one of my like high school homies. That was cool. We went out to dinner, did some low key shit. Haven't seen him in like a few years. So just caught up with like an old high school buddy that was in the area. Had a nice little dinner. And then Saturday, I just stayed in the house all day, man. For real, for real. I wasn't really feeling going out. The streets was crazy traffic. Like it was too young for me out there.
Yeah, it was. So just to give some context to that decision,
Or like at least anywhere that I would want to go, it would have been taken over by Howard Homecoming.
so yeah, I mean the context to that decision is that it was Howard Homecoming.
Yeah.
Which, if you listen to this podcast, you're more than familiar with it. But if you happen to not be, Howard University is a junior college in DC, and they have a pretty big homecoming that happens every year to celebrate their junior collegeness. And it takes over DC in the best and worst of ways. And I say that just with all due respect. It's just, this is the Mecca for them. They come back, they sort of just take over, as they should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they feel is right.
I don't feel like it's the same as it was back in the day. Like probably like even like when you first moved here, it was probably different.
I never really partake. And this is again, with all respect due, I look at it as a badge of honor to not play anything Howard Homecoming related, because it just shows that my schedule is so consistent that I doesn't necessarily need
to like shift and move stuff around.
Like, oh, okay, here comes Howard. I'm gonna be busy this weekend. It's like, I'm gonna be busy regardless. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Like, so that's where my pride kicks in to the highest degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You did play Abigail Saturday though, right?
No, I did not. I ended up not playing St. E's on Saturday.
I mean St. E's, my bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Abigail this Friday. I don't think that's gonna happen either. Just tremendous miscommunication, man. It's really unfortunate for the other side. Not for me so much, but for the other side. No, so supposed to play St. E's on Saturday, which is the Turn Up Club, and I was ready. Wanted to have that, keep that sword sharp. All the new Turn Up records. I was ready to see what's hitting.
I love it. I love it.
Ended up not making that happen, and therefore I ended up going to Franklin Park. And Franklin Park, if you live in DC, is a park right down 14th Street between I and K.
Mm-hmm.
They have a summer series that runs, a fall series. I'm sorry, that runs. Once it used to be every weekend in October. Now I believe it's the second to last weekend in October.
So just once.
Yeah, just once instead of 4 times.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a budget cut.
Yeah, that's why.
Man, tremendous. It was.
Who DJ'd?
Dame Funk and Moody Man.
And it's
Saturday. Free. It's in the park.
Yeah.
Turned around, came right back Sunday. J Rock from the world famous Beat Junkies. I think he's a Beat Junkies. But J Rock
Murder
and Rich Medina. Oh, what? Oh, we were in heaven. Like, it was so awesome.
How crowded was it?
There was space.
Yeah.
There was space.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
People show up, but they don't.
They do, but they don't. It was a little chilly. Sunday, you needed more than a hoodie.
That's what you want. That's what you want, though.
Saturday night, we kind of just hit the town a little bit. Uh,
Who were you
we
out with?
started there, Matthias and Pierre.
Okay, word.
Solid crew. Can't ask for no better. One of the other homies met up with us too. I forget right now. Very tired, but we ended up at Eaton. We snuck up, we got led upstairs to Eaton for their Friday night homecoming party, and it just felt old. Like it
Yeah,
just felt old. Like
some of the parties are old and some of them are too young.
it felt old. And this. I'm sorry. This is Saturday night. So, like, bro, when I tell you, like it felt old because the DJ was playing old music,
They were playing like old head music.
and he was letting all three verses of each song play. So I was just like, fan, and he had his like.
I mean, was he playing for the crowd though?
No, really. I mean, it was like
they
10:30.
They could have turned up.
It's like 10:30. He's playing like audio too.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I respect top billing all day, but it just like I said, it made it older. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, so we slide and we go to 18th Street Lounge.
Okay, right up the street.
18th Street Lounge, cool vibes. You know what I'm saying? But we're just chilling, man. Like wasn't doing too much. We had good conversation amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? We did that till about 12:30. It's 12:30. My man Pierre's like, "Yo, man, like, we started having a conversation about how pandemic kind of crushed the late night eating in DC.
It crushed almost all anytime eating.
Is it? Well,
you know
like,
what I mean?
I mean, it's just really expensive eating that keeps opening. But like anything mom and pop is a wrap. And then so it crushed the late night eating. So we leave 18th Street at like 12:30. Like, all right, it's cool, whatever. And we was trying to get something to eat, but nothing too crazy. And the only thing I could think of was Manny and Olga's or Duccini's.
Or Andy's.
Andy's, I wasn't trying to mess with U Street. I wasn't trying to mess with U Street or 14th Street at all. Right. So
the Hamilton.
Again, not trying to mess with 14th Street.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
No. As you guys see, don't try to do is join the function.
I'm sorry, my apologies, fellas.
So I'm like, yo, you ever heard of steak and egg? He's like, nah.
Well, all the way uptown?
Wisconsin Avenue.
Hey.
Tenleytown.
We went all the way to steak and egg from night.
Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Jerome's.
Okay.
Have you eaten there before?
Who?
Jerome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
I've been there once. I didn't have and that was like 15 years ago. I didn't.
Oh, no. Oh, they've come. It's a brand new building.
It had a full makeover.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a vibe now.
It's a vibe in there.
I don't know what is it a vibe? I haven't been there.
A robot delivers your food to you.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's where you were, because I did see that.
Do you order from your phone and the robot brings the food?
You order from
the QR
from Vlad at the front desk, right? And then,
Vlad,
because it's already 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? So
are they open 24 hours?
24 hours.
Yeah, they used to. They're still open 24 hours. That's
so they weren't 24 when we first came out of pandemic, but now they're back to it. Because they built.
Listen, this is good to know. This is great information.
They built a brand new facility though. It's like
I'll be honest. I clearly remember. I smell it right here. When I went there my first time, my one and only time, 15, 16 years ago, I came out of that shit smelling like grease.
Yeah, I mean,
it was in my clothes, it was in my hat, it was every fucking where. And I hated
steak and eggs all day long.
I hated that, and I never went back as a result.
Listen, man, you messed
Did you
up.
come out smelling like a steak or not?
No, it's a completely
nicely
new,
ventilated.
No, it's a completely new experience. It
I'm
looks like
I might slide on a late night. That's a
you know what it reminded me of. Remember how they had
I thought you were at some Japanese sushi spot, to be honest, when I saw that.
Remember, you ever watch Saved by the Bell and they had the diner after school where everybody was gonna hang out with the red and white tiles?
Yeah. It looks
That's
like
what it reminded me of. Yeah. But brand new. There were only black people in there.
Working there or patronizing?
Patronizing.
Oh, that's dope.
The
Ooh,
chef,
okay.
everybody else working there were no black people working there though.
They were all like
White guy
Russian,
chef, my man Vlad at the front,
mhm,
and
Eastern
somebody else.
European from
Are you
Prague.
are you on a first name basis with Vlad or no?
I mean, he just food was good, so I wasn't
Okay.
tripping.
What did you
But
get?
Steak and eggs.
country fried steak and eggs.
What did everybody else get? Is that kind of the only thing on the menu, or
No, there's like 1,700
you can get like
combinations.
omelets and stuff like that?
No, there's literally 1,700 combinations. Of food.
I'm going.
That's
I
too
might get a
much.
nice little. It might have a nice little egg and cheese sandwich in that joint.
They definitely got an egg and cheese
They
sandwich.
That
have
sounds like it.
what I'm saying is
fire
like
egg
you
and
can
cheese
get
sandwich.
whatever you want.
Mm,
You want steak and egg and cheese. You want steak with hash browns.
Yeah.
And it's everything you can want there.
It's
That's
a diner.
It's a diner. It was
Yeah.
absolutely perfect.
And it's 24 hours. Okay, word.
24 hours again, bro. Like so before,
Was it people in there though?
so we were there at 1, it wasn't because
what day
know,
did you go, Rome?
Saturday night.
Where was I Saturday night?
So
Oh yeah,
if you go at 1, it's not
Mhm.
going to be as many people because people still in the club.
still in the club. Yeah.
Now, I've been before at like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
And
Oh,
it's back-
this has been your spot. You've been holding out.
Nah. I've only been like once or
See,
twice.
Him
Late
and
night-
Vlad have a real
late night-
relationship.
late night date night spot.
Nah,
This is
shit.
where Rome be on the
That's
queen.
the sneaky link spot.
Yeah,
I
he
went
be there
I,
with his
yeah,
Russian
I think I
broads.
went there with a bird. I went there with a bird.
Me,
one time,
me and
but-
Abdul gonna pop up Saturday night like
Let's
4.
go. Pull up.
We're
God.
gonna pull up like Saturday
Rome's
4
in there with a
a.m.
white girl.
Yeah. The robots hanging out.
He's chilling
But
with the robot and the white girl.
He getting refills for the
It was-
robot.
One and the same.
the first time I went when it was just a small building,
Yeah.
Yep,
right?
like a
It
little
was just
shack.
small,
Yep.
little shack. That's not even like.
Oh, they built it out. Extension.
They bought whatever was literally right next door
Or
to
like the
them.
row house next door, they bought that out.
They bought that out and built a
And-
whole,
and, like,
Wow.
blew it out.
Extendo clip.
and it's
Okay.
like 2 or 3 stories now.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, so steak and egg if you live in DC.
Okay.
Yo, go support them.
It was
Okay.
it was amazing late night food, man. So
That's what's up.
and then Sunday went right back to Franklin Park. Again, they had
Rich
J Rock
Medina.
and they had Rich Medina, which was just
Rich
incredible.
Medina's the professor. He's kind of ill with it.
Kinda is
No,
a,
he's
is
really
a
Yeah.
kinda is a
Yeah.
yeah,
Understatement, yeah.
understatement for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cold out there, and he had people, and I felt bad because it was getting really cold outside. Just cold where if you're just standing, right?
Yeah.
And
No,
like,
it was bricked.
there was another dude playing after him, and I just was like, man,
Good
you're gonna
luck.
Have to really, good luck, because I'm
Yeah.
cold. You know what I mean?
Right.
Damn.
Uh,
That's what's up. Man, Howard homecoming weekend was fun, bros. I had a good time.
we just talked about it. We both
was
did,
outside,
We
bro.
both
We
did
both did
absolutely
nothing.
nothing regarding it, which was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I went to Park on Thursday night, which is always like a
The jump off.
for me, I think it is because it's sort of like everybody from like my generation goes to Park on
It's
that
Republic
Thursday.
Gardens,
It's like Republic Gardens. It's everybody I know
1999.
from- it's Howard University 2004, 2005, 2006. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that whole crowd. I went there, and then on Friday, I went to dinner with some friends. Shout out to Mark and George from Ama Manier and Erica, and then we ended up going to the Ninth Wonder and Young Guru party at Eaton Hotel.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, and that shit was dope. So saw a lot of folks over there as well. And then Saturday, I went to the old Bar 7. It's called
Wow.
there was
Is
a
it-
big
Is it
Howard
back open
alumni
full time
party.
now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
my man Bobby owns it, who actually went to Howard himself, and he had a big alumni party over there. I wish I could have stayed a lot longer, man, but I ended up wrapping it up around 1 or 1:30, because I was going to the Giants game Sunday with Clark in New York. they were playing the Washington Commanders.
Oh,
So
dope.
I had to wake up early and drive out to that
Jersey.
area and into Jersey to the Meadowlands, and I went to the game with Clark, and that was dope, man, because he got invited by, they were doing like something for 50 years of hip hop at Giant Stadium, so he got invited. Um, the tickets were at a suite right on the 50-yard line, um, and yo, I got to meet Rakim.
Dope.
Rakim Allah, you know what I'm saying? The God MC himself.
Was that your first time meeting him?
Yeah.
Didn't he come to Jerome? Didn't he come to Stussy once?
He definitely did.
Yeah, you didn't meet him at the Stussy party, Abdul?
No. I might not have been at that Stussy party.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
either way, so the God Rakim was in the booth. With
God
y'all?
Rakim was in there, Mano was in there, Jerome's fellow Hampton alum, DJ Envy, the Scam Master himself was in there.
No, he wasn't.
He didn't learn that at Hampton, so
He was in there.
I think he might have learned how to scam at Hampton.
nah, he didn't do that. That's 100%.
Oh
false.
man! So I ended up talking to him about homecoming this weekend. He's going down there actually tonight. I think he starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He has parties going on. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe, and Saturday. But no, he's down there for Hampton homecoming, and I was like, I'm gonna be down there. I might be down there on Sunday. My man's doing a big thing. Jerome Baker III. He's heavy on the alumni list and scam free, bro. Scam free.
Yeah, you know me, scam free.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
He's
for sure.
never taken anybody's money. Lives a good life.
No
You
doubt.
might have heard of him, Jerome Baker III. Nah, but it was dope, man. We had a good time in the suite. Ate a lot of good food. It was me, Clark, my man Scar, and Audi, who we all four of us went to that joint, man. It was a good experience. I really like Giant Stadium, dog.
Yeah, I mean, when you got 50-yard line,
especially at the suite. I mean, the customer outside of that, the customer service, everybody's working there is super polite and nice. It's almost like they instill that into everybody working there. Like, yo, if nothing else, you got to make sure you're polite and kind and helpful to everybody that comes in here. But it's apparently a really expensive stadium to go to, man. My man was telling me that even like the seats all the way up on the top, you're looking at a few $100s for a ticket. Everything, even in nosebleeds, was mad expensive. But yeah, so shout out to Clark Kent, man, for the tickets. Hung out with him, got some. It was an early game. The game started at 1. So it was over by like 4:30. And I gotta say this about that stadium: it's the easiest stadium to ever get out of if you have a car.
They probably just close off all the streets, make them all go one way.
It's all one way, and
they take.
It's literally at the, you know what I'm saying, the New Jersey Turnpike is maybe half a mile away.
Yeah.
So you either going north.
They know what they're doing up there. Here they don't. In DC, you could do the same thing. You just shut all the roads off, have them all go one way, and get everybody the fuck up out of there.
But there's no highway that's accessible that close to the stadium over here. You see what I'm saying? So that you have a lot of options.
Now RFK there was right there off the highway.
Yeah, RFK. I never actually drove to RFK.
FedEx Field is not that far from the highway either.
But it's not right on the highway.
No, it's not.
It's a couple of miles away. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that
it.
one road. It's actually longer than that, and then you can either hit BW Parkway. I think it's the first one you hit, and then you got to go up to like 50. Like it's a lot.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. So this highway is literally right next to the stadium, bro.
Yeah, you're there.
We got inside. I thought it was going to be a shitload of traffic to just park the car. No, I mean, we had like great like parking passes, so we were right in front.
But you could still get up there.
Yeah, and then getting out was just so seamless. We were from the time we got in the car to the time I got on the highway was maybe like 7 minutes, which is mad short time for like crazy. Getting out of a stadium.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, great experience, man. Shout out to Clark, and got some food and got some dinner, and then I hit the road again and came back home.
What time did you bounce to get up there?
I left around close to 8 o'clock. Yeah, so I didn't sleep
a
much
long
this
day.
weekend. I'll be honest,
That's a long day.
because Friday night I was out all night. Got home mad late. I had to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to take my kid to volleyball. You know, she had to be there by like 7:30 or 7:45, all the way out in Rockville. And
Damn, you might as
and
well
then
just stay up.
then my day started
Yeah.
once I came back, and yeah, it was go time. So yeah, that was it, man. Good weekend altogether, though. Um, yeah, so that was an honor seeing Rakim and meeting him. It was dope.
Yeah, man. Rakim is he's on the shorter side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Most people are, man.
yeah, I mean, he's
Yeah.
not Mob Deep short, but
No, he's not Mob Deep
you know
Show.
what I'm saying?
You know what? I did go to this panel that he was on maybe 15 years ago with Nas at the National Geographic office on 16th Street. Maybe it's on 15th, 17th. It's like 17th and L or something like that.
Barcode.
the back
Yeah.
of the back of the building is 16th Street.
Okay. But I did go to like a little lecture slash panel they had there. And I still have pictures from that actually. I was sitting in the front row.
Dope.
And
Those
but I never
BlackBerry
got-
pictures.
No, I had like my little digital camera at the time, the little point and shoot joint.
Dope.
So I took that with me, and I still have pictures from there somewhere. So yeah, shout out to Rockendo. This was my first time actually meeting him and shaking his hand. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Listen, shout out to Rakim.
you know what I'm saying? God MC.
Yeah, man, he's crushing it for years. Oh my god. Episode 229. What's a podcast? Obviously, it's big news. The NBA has started. This is the second night tonight. By the time you hear this, it'll be the third or whatever. But my beloved Phoenix Suns won their first game against the Golden State Warriors. LeBron lost his first game against the Nuggets, and then tonight there's like 15 different games on or something like that. Excuse me. So if you're an NBA fan, it's great.
Are you an NBA fan,
course.
or only for the Phoenix? Do you watch like other games?
I watch everything. I watch
All right.
basketball every day.
Jerome likes basketball, man.
Yeah.
Jerome likes basketball.
More than
Uh,
football? I think
100%,
so. Yeah,
100%,
more than
yeah.
football. I need that.
However, at the same time, my home state, Arizona Diamondbacks, have made it to the World Series.
Oh wow!
So it's the Diamondbacks against the Rangers.
Wow.
The Phillies are out.
The Diamondbacks beat the Phillies. All
Are
my
you
friends
are you a
from Philly.
Diamondbacks fan?
Oh, Diamondbacks
course,
beat
yeah.
the Philly, not the Rangers. Okay, got it.
You all Arizona everything.
Yeah, I am a hometown fan.
I get it naturally.
No, I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, that's how
Well,
it
you
should
know,
be.
it's not like that for everybody. I know people,
No, but I respect it.
that are like born in New York and they're like Milwaukee Brewers fans. Or something, you know what I mean? So
A lot of people here are Dallas Cowboys fans.
Well, that's
yeah, but I think that
a
has
lot
to
of
do
black people everywhere are Dallas Cowboys fans.
Yeah,
because the Cowboys were the first ones to like have black players or something like
Exactly. And the Redskins were the last.
that. And the rest were the last. Yeah. So
wow, Redskins were the last.
Yeah. So that's why they
fucked up.
suck. That's why
Yeah.
they suck every year.
They're cursed. Good.
Yeah.
But so this upcoming Tuesday will be Game 3 of the World Series, and I believe it's the Suns' either second. No, it'll be the Suns' third or fourth game. I believe it'll be their home opener. So this Tuesday, they're expecting 70,000 people in downtown Phoenix because the baseball stadium and the basketball stadium are 2 blocks from each other.
Oh, you going out
shit,
there?
it's going down.
I wish.
Why don't you fucking go out there, dog?
You
Like,
should.
why are you tripping?
I can't, man. I gotta do.
You should look at tickets.
Dog, you could book a gig right now.
I already copped my tickets for Christmas time, and just belling myself 5 days, $2,100.
I know, but that's Christmas, so this is a random ass weekend.
They're still
Not
like
not with
seven-
those both of those games going on. It's not random.
They're still like seven. They're still
Yeah.
like 700 apiece. Yeah,
That's a lot.
I mean, if you got to buy 2, it's a lot. But if you can go off the Dolo real fast, 1-2
If-
nights.
my goal, if they win the World Series, then that's different because then I'll fly out for the parade and all that kind of stuff.
I remember
what
when you went out there, you had to sneak it from the beam when you had to walk up against you had to walk out your mom's house to talk to her.
so
on
real. It's so real. So real.
Worried about getting in trouble from the bean.
Man, and my child
Get
was
the
like
white girl to
7
sponsor
at the
the trip,
time.
Rome.
Get the white girl to sponsor the
Nah,
trip.
No,
there's no white girl to sponsor any trip. No. I'm just friends with everybody, bro.
Oh, I mean, they are out there though.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a plethora in Arizona, but I
Mm.
have nobody. I have no sponsor. No, I'm here for myself.
Okay. All right. Salute.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Arizona State. We're doing big things right now. Hopefully, we are able to have a great year with the Suns, win a championship, and win the World Series. That would be tremendous. Episode 229. Like I said earlier, we just went through the Howard Junior College homecoming season, and now
Our junior
pulling
college.
up. We're pulling up on the real. We're pulling up on the real this weekend. Hampton University,
Going down.
God's favorite, and surprisingly at the same time, it is Norfolk State. Uh,
Oh,
it's their homecoming as well.
now we're talking.
Norfolk State is, if you're not familiar, they're across the water in Norfolk. So Hampton is Hampton and Newport News on one side, and you cross a bridge.
The tunnel.
Yeah. Well, there's two. You can cross two.
Okay.
I think there's a Monitor Merrimack, and there's the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Nevertheless, on that side of the water, you got like Old Dominion. There's like Christopher something,
Newport.
Wesleyan College, and then you have
Wesleyan College is down there. I thought
there's
that
a-
was like in Boston or something.
there's a Wesleyan in Virginia.
Oh, but there is a
Yeah,
Wesleyan.
there's one there too.
Okay.
I think there's
Okay.
a network of Wesleyan colleges. To be honest with
Got it. I think the one in Boston might be an all girls college or
you.
something.
So you have Norfolk State, which back in the day had a tremendously notorious reputation, like robbing the pizza man, like because it's in the hood, like it's in the. There's a
Yeah,
song.
but that's
Pusha
not
T-
students doing that.
no, the students were robbing the pizza man.
Oh, the students were not the.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, word. That's tight.
Pusha T has a song called Brambleton,
Oh, yeah.
and
It's one of my
Norfolk
favorite
State
songs.
campus sits right on Brambleton. So there's a gas station that is so active down there. You never seen nothing like it in your life.
That might be no, it's not my favorite song. It might be top 3 songs for me on that album. I think
It's a
Diet
great-
Coke
it's
is
a-
probably still
It's a good one.
it's a good album.
Like
Good
I think if
project.
people like you have these things where people like they sort of like humanize or they like glorify like the hood. Like this is one of those situations where like if they was out there, they was really getting it because it's it's rough. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's a gas station that sits right there, and they just go crazy every day. So shout out to Norfolk State. We never really spent too much time in Norfolk State. We more so would go to
What
Old
is the
Dominion.
quality of the birds out there?
It just depends on. I believe they're very. I'll be honest. I don't even want to disrespect them in any kind of way. I don't know.
Mm.
I didn't spend much time. We might have went to one or two basketball games over there, but that was really it.
Damn, and your whole time being down there?
Yeah,
Wow.
because it just wasn't. It just wasn't it for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a black dude wearing Adidas Sambas and like NERD trucker hats in 2001.
They wear
was for real.
tall tees and Air Force Ones.
So
with like
and then you
bandanas.
remember the remember the grinding video?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Norfolk State.
in front of the shopping center.
The shopping center is like right up the street from the actual Norfolk
That's
State
Brambleton.
campus. But how they is right up the street from Brambleton. But how they dressed in that video,
Yeah,
that was Norfolk State in 2000.
yeah.
Big jerseys,
it.
white tees.
Yeah.
Dipset.
Yeah, just Virginia Squires jerseys.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it was beautiful though, man. I wasn't mad at them. We just didn't connect.
What
you
was
know?
Virginia Squires? Is that was that a basketball team?
It was a CBA team in the 70s. I believe it was based out of Richmond,
What's CBA?
Continental Basketball Association. So they were just like an offshoot
Oh, it
league.
wasn't a black league.
No, they were just like an offshoot league that got absorbed by the NBA. Yeah, but the
Got
thing about the CBA, about particularly the Squires, was that Dr. J was on that team.
Wow.
So that's why you have
didn't
so
know that.
many. That's why that jersey was so sought after. So
Might have to
Well,
bring that back.
especially in Virginia.
yeah, so there's a
It might be time to bring jerseys back. It's been 20 years.
There's a it just closed, but there was a mall down there, and I've talked about it before. It's very similar to
Iverson
PG
Mall.
Plaza.
Okay, PG Plaza.
When I say so, like
All the
literally,
sneaker stores, mom and pop sneaker
no,
stores.
literally like the same as PG Plaza. Like if you wanted to get, remember the Atlanta Hawks Air Force 2s?
Yeah, of course.
I bought the whole stock.
The
At
dirties.
this mall, the dirties. The Lakers Air Force 2s was a couple of different versions. Like this mall, which I believe PG Plaza had them as well, had the same sort of account. So you could go there
Yeah,
at 10,
urban accounts.
right. You would go there at
Quote
10,
unquote,
11.
throwing up air
You
quotes up.
You would go there at 10, 11 in the morning and could clear up. But if you show up at 7 or 8, you might feel fear for your life because that's when
Yeah.
drug dealers are getting right to go to whatever
Function they gotta go to.
function they going to that night. You feel what I'm saying?
I respect
So
it.
nah, you have to. It's their
Yeah.
land, you know. So
Yeah.
what's the podcast episode 229?
Shout out to VA.
Yeah, shout out to VA. Always, man. VA on Sunday should be
Roland used
fantastic.
to be, right?
I don't know if Roland was at that mall.
Where did Roland grow up? Roland Castro.
I think he's
one
one
of the
Virginia
head
Beach
honchos
guy.
of
Yeah, I think they're all Virginia Beach guys.
They're Virginia Beach guys. So Virginia Beach, and this is no knock on Virginia Beach. It's a wonderful place, and it consistently
Here
gets
comes the
named.
knock. All right,
It consistently gets named, like top 5 places to raise a family and all that kind of stuff. But you know what I've learned and what I saw on my own too is like the black people were in Norfolk. There's black people in Virginia Beach, but the
black people are
concentration was in Norfolk, and Virginia Beach had a different concentration. You know what I'm saying? And
noise.
Not only, you know what I'm saying, but I believe the
Chad Hugo's from Virginia Beach.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody
from Norfolk.
Everybody Filipino that you know is from Virginia Beach.
You've been to the new Commonwealth store?
From down there.
I have been to the new Commonwealth store. Yes.
Okay, so when you leave the new Commonwealth store and get on the major highway,
yes,
so you go out of Commonwealth and make a right, their high school is literally right there.
Whose high school?
Pharrell and Chad's.
Yeah, Pharrell and Chad.
Yeah. It's a block away from the new Commonwealth store.
Oh wow, okay.
It's not far at all. Yeah. So, you know, Virginia Beach, Norfolk. I
think that's the same school Push and his brother went to as well because they all know each other from high school.
Yeah, but I don't know if they.
I don't think they know each other from high school. I think they know each other like from high school
neighborhoods,
like since high school.
Okay.
So you know, it's a beautiful thing.
Is Pusha from Virginia Beach?
No, he's from Norfolk. I think.
Nah, I think they're from Virginia Beach, but they claim Norfolk because Norfolk
I think Push's
Norfolk's more authentic.
He went to school with Pharrell, and I think that's how Push.
So I just saw something. What they said was because of the zoning, even though they all lived in the same neighborhood, the school zones cut them up and had them going to different schools. So they know each other from maybe elementary, middle, but by the time they all got to high school, it was all different places. And mind you, Malice is probably in his early 50s now.
Yeah, I think Malice is Pharrell's age and class.
That was his guy. Yeah, for sure.
Which is how Push, I think, got connected.
But my man Vod that lives in Austin, he grew up with all of them, right? But so he went to Hampton though, and so he knows.
He grew up there and went to Hampton.
Yeah, he knows all of them, like family. These are just regular neighborhood dudes.
He went to school with him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's just family really is from Norfolk. Pushing them's mom was from she was the one that grew up in Norfolk. So when they went to go visit her, grinding and all that, they're in his mom's neighborhood. That's not the neighborhood they grew up in. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a beautiful thing, man. Clarity is always important. So is context. So we just make sure we're trying to tell the truth as much as possible. We want to give a super. We want to give a super shout out to our guy, original engineer on What's a Podcast. Giants mega fan. At this point, he probably should have a job in the Giants front office. I believe if he keeps tweeting,
I think yeah.
Our guy Authentic, who we have to make sure that if we mention him, We have a full paragraph tags because Authentic's very specific about how about the information that he's tied to.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure I write up the.
Authentic in the beard,
Is
well
the
known
beard still
giant.
around?
Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast is still going on, bro.
Okay. I don't follow. I don't know if the beard is on Twitter the way Authentic is.
No, I just saw a recent thing on
Okay,
Twitter.
but
On Twitter,
Authentic is
they were
on
both
Twitter
still in it.
crazy.
I saw a clip. The podcast is still alive. I think their season for podcasting is only for as long as football season lasts. So
Right.
maybe
And
that's why we
all
are.
I'm saying is Authentic has a presence, I think, that's separate from the pod
Oh, for sure.
because he is just such a he's engaged. And I just
Yeah,
don't know
I
if
he's
the
mean,
doing that.
beard is engaged.
he's also a creator and creative that does a million other things with other entertainers and people like that, and he's just in that
Photography,
business.
like
So yeah,
he
so
does everything.
yeah, so I think maybe because of that, he just has more of a influence on this world than maybe the beard does, his partner. Um,
Potentially. We're here for both of them. They're both the
Potentially,
homies.
we're here. They're both the homies, good guys, both of them.
No doubt.
Best friends since they were kids. I've seen childhood pictures of them at like 9 years old, like picking each other's noses and shit.
Yeah.
So for them to still be friends 30-something years later is beautiful. I love it.
There's a lot of them too.
Yeah, it's
They
Tom.
have a-
Silent Tom is one of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, they're still really
That's what I'm
tight.
saying. Yeah, there's a lot of
It's
them.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. But Authentic just worked on the new Martin Scorsese film, I think, which is why we were getting to, right, Rome? Or
That
were you
is
not
correct.
talking some
Yes,
giant
yes,
stuff?
yes. No, no,
Oh,
no. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he just worked on scoring, I believe, or the sound of this new Martin Scorsese film, which is
Wow.
coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio and some other big names in it. It might already be out actually, but I think Authentic
That's
played
huge.
a major hand in doing some work on that film, and that's beautiful. I'm gonna go watch it, man. That shit looks good too.
For sure.
Yeah, shout out to Authentic.
So shout out to Authentic. He's just a creative mastermind.
Yeah.
He's
and
worked-
we should for context, we should let it be known that 4.5 almost 5 years ago, when we started this podcast, our first, actually all the way until COVID started, we were taping out of Authentic studio,
All or nothing studios.
All or Nothing Studios in Washington DC. So he really helped us get on the map and helped us become the #1 podcast in Washington DC, which is a title we still claim up to this day. By the way, nobody's
doubt.
taking the crown away from us. You want to come see us? Holla at us. Let's talk. What's
yeah,
up?
I mean, Authentic. We had some. Those were the days
Yeah,
pre-pandemic. Man, those were
in
some-
person.
in person.
In the
What-
Now we
what-
don't
what
even see
club?
each other in person.
What club would I DJ at right after?
Oh man, it was
Eden, Ibar, Eden
Eden.
Monday.
Eden Monday.
Did we record on Mondays?
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
we did. We recorded on Mondays. That was Armageddon's party.
No, that was Mitch.
Mitch.
Oh, that was
Mitch.
Mitch's party.
Mitch. Yeah, Mitch Mathis. Shout out to Mitch. Yeah. Damn, that's right. We'll shoot to the club right from that.
World's hardest DJ booth to get to.
I know. I think Jerome's frozen.
Jerome is definitely frozen.
Yeah. Damn. Nah, that was a good time, man. Shout out to Authentic. Shout out to Silent Tom, our producer / engineer extraordinaire. Where were you this weekend, man?
I didn't do too much this weekend, man.
You had a free pass. Wifey was out of town. You
Yeah,
could
I
have
was
done
chilling, man.
anything and everything.
I went out. I told Jerome earlier. I hung out with one of my homies from high school. He came out. We went went out to eat, chill, took it light.
Oh, and you went to see our guys over at Soul Priorities.
Not this past weekend.
Sorry, that was
last weekend. Yeah.
Do you want
But
to talk
I
about what
do
you
need to
grabbed
watch
though?
We can, yeah.
Let them know it's not out yet. You grabbed a pair.
It's
of
still not
something.
out.
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, I grabbed the I don't even know what they're called, like suede royal ones.
Yeah, black and blue,
Black and
royal blue, suede
Yeah.
ones.
They're dope.
Very nice.
They're really dope. Like
Chase,
I might try to get another pair when they come out on
they
sneakers.
just hit me with a pair that's not out yet. That they were like, "Yo, we can ship it to you right now."
Chasing.
Yeah, I'm about to grab them.
What pair is that?
I don't know if I should say, but
Why
fuck
not?
it. Yeah, I'm on my near fives.
Dope.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit, let's
You know,
do it."
wear them right up to Mama yeah before they even get them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Something
That's
like
how you let them know.
well, what that would prevent the reason why I don't like doing that, and I'll be honest, is because if I am looking to get a second or third pair, um, showing that I already have them,
Doesn't matter.
it does a little bit.
They know you want multiple pairs, and
Yeah,
I don't
but
think they're gonna sell out like the threes did or anything crazy like that.
no, these fives are gonna go.
I don't know. Most of their shits be sitting.
The white pair, oof,
How many pairs are there?
which is the women's pair, is gonna fly off, bro. That shit is dope.
What's the other pair? Black
Black, yeah,
with burgundy or something?
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the pair they have as sole priorities. And I think I'm gonna get that just because. Why not?
Is that like long haired suede or regular like Jordan 5 suede?
I think it's just Jordan 5 Nubuck, suede Nubuck.
Okay, I can fuck with that.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Kept
man.
it moving, right or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, we
Okay,
kept talking.
okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We can just
We're
keep
not back.
going.
You're back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
keep
I'm
going.
back. We had a slight internet, but we're down to internet number 2 now. So it's all
And
good.
and you frozen again. Oh, you
Um,
just came back.
Now you're back.
You
You're
just came
back.
back. You just came back. You just came back.
Yeah.
Have to say.
Have we acknowledged or set peace to the Middle East yet? Did y'all talk about that before I came on?
We did not.
We have not.
Because I wasn't sure if you guys read the link that I shared today.
You know
Got
what?
to
I've
know.
honestly
Let
not
me
been
see.
on
No,
my,
let me see.
on my phone a whole lot today, bro.
It's actually in the notes.
In the
section.
Oh, it's in the notes. Got it. I'm looking at it right now. Has become wow.
It won't load on. I don't have Twitter, so it won't
It is
open.
official. Richmond, California has become the first city in the U.S. to pass a resolution affirming solidarity with the Palestinian people who are currently facing a campaign of ethnic cleansing and the collective punishment by the state of Israel. Wow. Over 6,000 people are now dead in Gaza. The violence continues, and man, situation is getting worse, bro. It feels like we are seeing third world war happening right in front of our eyes.
I don't even think it's the Third World War, man. I think
It's
it can't be. You know, like they're getting bullied. It's not a world war.
no. Eddie, what I'm saying is the United States now has forces inside of Gaza fighting with the Israelis. You now have Russia and China sending cruise ships, not cruise ships, like military ships
like aircraft
to
carriers,
help
battleships.
and aid the Palestinians. What that's gonna end up meaning is
that's just
we're
fucked
gonna
up. It's fucked
it's
up.
gonna mean that the Israel is going to get more allies on their side, and then whatever countries feel like they need to help protect Palestine on their side are also gonna jump in, and now you have the end of the world right approaching us.
I wouldn't say the end of the world, but
Bro, it feels like it. There's so much shit happening. The amount of people being killed in Palestine and the Middle East and Israel, and then you have problems in Congo and Sudan. 6 million people were killed in Congo. You have 48% of them were children.
damn.
It's insanity that what is happening in the world, brother.
So where do we got to go?
I don't know.
I mean, I think what we're
Australia.
along
Canada?
with no Australia is on the side of
Australia
the
did their
US.
dirt, wiping a majority of the Aborigine people out.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
Ethnic cleansing
I
of
don't think they'll
another
be involved in
portion.
World War III though.
No. They're
Yeah, they
already
are.
on. They're already on the side of the
Israel.
U.S. and Britain and
Yeah.
all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
Bro, everybody in the West and Australia might not necessarily be the West, but culturally they are considered the West.
Yeah.
You know, they everybody in the West is
With
on the
America
side
and
of
Israel.
Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's like
Not that many people on the side of Palestine besides China and Russia, right? Who else they got?
China and Russia. Oh
Iran.
no!
Iran.
Shout out to the country of Colombia, South America. They expelled the Israeli ambassador to that country and told him to get the fuck out
Yep.
and shut down the embassy in that country. They revoked his right to be there. And shout out to, I want to say Colombia opened up its doors to refugees from there, but also Sweden. No, sorry, Scotland opened up its doors to
To
refugees
Palestinians.
from Palestine to come in and
That's
they
really
can
dope.
seek refuge over there. Of course, Ireland has been very vocal. I think we talked about the last podcast or maybe the one before that about you know how much they've spoken out against the state of Israel. And I want to make that very clear again. The state of Israel and the parties that govern the country, not necessarily the people and that are of Jewish faith. And
Definitely not
state of
Jewish
Israel.
people.
You know, it's just you just have to be so mindful when you're talking about this, because you know everybody's so quick to catch feelings about being offensive. And I for one,
Anti-Semitic.
I want to be, you know, especially as a Muslim man, I want to make sure I say things very carefully, because I do have friends who I consider family who are Jewish. And
My best friend is Jewish.
yeah, man, and
You know
and
what
you
I'm
know,
saying?
I want to make sure I word it right, because I don't want to offend them. And even though they're with me on my side, and they understand the plight of the Palestinians and know what is happening by the state of Israel is some fuck shit, but I still want to be
Respectful for them.
respectful, of
Yeah.
course, to
I mean,
everybody.
I can respect that approach, but when we're dealing with death and
Yeah,
ethnic cleansing, I don't really want to hand it to you on a nice platter.
you're right.
I
But I
expect
say that
you. Hold on,
yeah, you're
right?
right. My fault. Go keep
And I'm
going.
not here to disrespect your friends or your family or nothing like that, but we're legitimately watching generations of families being wiped out. We're
Yeah,
watching all sorts of just
A whole culture, not just generations of family. The whole
okay,
culture.
yeah,
but
A race of people.
and
You
I'm
know what I mean?
supposed to just say it to you in a nice way possible. Why? Like I don't. I'm not. I'm not saying you're wrong for
mhm,
doing it, but
You're
we're
just saying
adults
you don't
here,
do it.
and
yeah,
if you're not able to see past the religion or past the barriers and just look at it as a humanitarian crisis,
right.
because I
Then you're already
believe
wrong. Yeah,
Abdul and I have had some extensive conversations with people between our last recording and this recording
yep,
who are not able
100%.
who let me say they're not able. Let me take that back. Who have they've allowed things to block just the humanitarian vision.
facts.
They have opinions, they have
They
stances.
allowed themselves to do that because they,
Right.
you know,
Okay, so they have opinions, they
Yeah.
have stances that allow them to feel how they feel.
right.
Cool. But at the end of the day, we can be friends with differing opinions
Yeah.
on the matter as a whole.
Yeah.
But the one opinion we cannot differ on is there's a lack of humanity in this whole
Yeah,
thing that's going on,
Right.
right? Like
yeah,
we have to understand. I mean, Abdul said it on at least three episodes now, where it's like, yo, Palestine doesn't have an army.
yeah.
It's not a war. It's Eddie.
That's
You
what I'm
just
saying.
said
A
it.
massacre.
Eddie, you just said it. They're being bullied.
Yeah. They're
Abdul
getting,
just said it. It's a massacre.
yeah.
So if you're believing that, not y'all, but if your
No, I
friend
know.
is saying,
Mhm.
I'm on this side, well, you're on the side of the bully. but you
Yeah.
still want me to.
It also just depends on what shit you subscribe to too. Like what
But
news
what
are
I'm
you
saying though is
watching?
if you're
Where are
on
you
this,
getting your
if
information?
you're on the side of the bully, I'm not going to hand wrap and deliver you a gift to make you feel better.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I can't personally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm
I
not saying
respect it.
anybody else is wrong for that.
I don't talk about it with I don't like my friends. I just don't talk about it with them because I don't want to offend them and I don't want to like
But
I don't want to jump it up.
why not offend? What's going to offend them? Like
Mhm.
the death isn't offending them.
Now
No,
I have no problem talking to people about it, and I do.
no,
I have extensive discourse about it with people that are close to me and people that I'm not even close with.
yeah,
Um, but you know what I see, and if you don't see it, then that's your own problem. Is you expect uh sympathy and everybody to look at it as a humanitarian when Israelis got fucked up and killed, and their kids were killed, and women were killed, and it was a terrible thing that happened on October 7th. But today, when it's happening to the Palestinians, I
not even
don't see
just
that
today.
same
It's
sort
been
of
happening.
humanity.
It's been
That's
happening.
something that's been happening for the last 70 some odd years, right?
Exactly.
But this strike back since October 7th, more than 6,000 Palestinians have been killed.
Yeah,
And you are not saying shit about it. It just speaks to what you consider people of value
yeah,
and how you see the people of Palestine.
right.
And
Again, I can't hand it to you nice. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
I mean, there's really no nice way to put it.
I'm not
Really,
saying I'm not saying we
it's
can't
too
be
serious
friends.
to be nice.
I'm not saying we
yeah.
can't be friends if we have differing opinions. That's cool, but the bottom line is that there's a lot of unnecessary things
I think
happening.
if we have different opinions on what is happening is fucked up to the Palestinian people, then we can't really be friends. I'll be honest.
That's not a different of
Well,
opinion.
I mean that's
You know,
cool too. That's
Yeah,
cool. I mean,
yeah,
again, for me,
because
I posed the question this week. I said, "What if this was?" Because remember when they were trying to form a space, they went after Uganda, right? Like when Britain in the
you mean
earlier
when they were trying to move the Europeans
they
back
were
over?
yeah it was they
Okay, the
one country
Jewish.
they chose
Yeah.
was Uganda.
yeah,
Okay.
Now I posed that question to, well, what if it was Uganda instead of Palestine? How
Ah.
would you
Okay.
feel if you if me as a
Yeah.
black person and you as as a person who believes in the establishment of an Israeli state, how would you feel? Oh man, that changed the whole conversation, right? But don't change it because I'm black. Change it because you still want to see humanity happening. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the lack of it, and I just think that at the same time we're all adults, right? We have to make decisions every day that affect our families and stuff like that. And I have an 11-year-old who comes home talking to me about this every single day.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
am I supposed to just say, "Hey, well, we want to be nice to uncle or
No, you
aunt,
can
such and
keep it. No, you
such,"
keep it real.
or we
Yeah.
got to keep it real? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I think that it's
Or you
unfair.
just explain to her what's going on and let her form her own opinion. Like
I
this is what's going
which is
on.
what we do.
How do you feel about it?
Is what we do.
You know,
I
and it's
think it's
okay to feel however you
unfair.
want to feel about it.
I think it's unfair to us to have to do what Abdul said,
Yeah.
because I think that allows people to be like, well, my friend Abdul is, blah blah blah. He's a smart guy, and like he doesn't talk to me about it like this. And it's just like, well, truthfully, he's looking out for the greater good of the friendship,
Well,
Yeah.
right?
even more than that, I think the reason why I don't lash out in the way that I normally would,
Yeah.
because I think everybody in this room, we've all seen each other act up when that person is mad. And the reason why I try to control myself, especially when I'm speaking about this, is because of some of the bias that might already be put on me for being Muslim and having the color of skin that I have and being from where I'm from. So just to not fall into that bucket, I make sure I watch my words even more carefully than I normally would.
But I feel like, and that's a wonderful approach. But I feel like if the
At this
people,
age today. Yeah.
I feel like people going if they're gonna talk shit, they're gonna talk shit. They're gonna run to their wife or their girlfriend
Yeah.
and talk shit. However
Yeah.
however you explain it to them.
Yeah, no, and
Right.
I match everybody's energy, right?
Right.
Like the
Right.
person who's talking to me is talking to me in a polite way, and they're also being respectful of my
That's where
feelings.
you keep it. Yeah.
I keep it like that as well because I don't want to. I
You
don't
don't
want to be the
purposely
one
want to
guy.
offend anybody.
Yeah, so I match energies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there have been conversations that have gone a little bit heated. And dog, you come at me some way, I'm coming right back at you.
No doubt. No
So
doubt.
but in general, for the most part, I'm simply saying that because the people that I'm talking to, like some of these conversations happen with, who are of the Jewish faith, they're already on our side. They're
Yeah.
already allies. So I'm not gonna kirk out on my man who's already
So
over here with me.
so were they have they always had the same stand? Because I feel like certain
Yeah,
people like
these guys have always had the same stance.
yeah
They've always been against anti. They're very much Jewish. Don't get it fucked up.
yeah
But they've always been anti the state of Israel, as millions of other Jewish people, as we've seen over the last 2 weeks,
dog
protesting outside the White House. Rabbis, Orthodox Jewish people,
yeah
scholars,
yeah
professors, everybody.
yeah
There, you can put my people in that same bucket. You know what I'm
okay
saying?
yeah
They've always been against the state of Israel and their practices and some of the choices they've made. A lot of the choices they've made when it
yeah
has come to Palestine, especially.
100%.
So, yeah. So I don't have to bucket them like the way I would if I was having like a discourse with somebody where we had a disagreement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Listen, man, I just want everybody's energy to be matched. So that's a
Yeah,
fair
yeah, for sure.
explanation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot going on in this world, and it feels like you have to pick one cause and just try to hopefully
yeah.
change that for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Shit is fucked up.
It's tough, man.
That's a very astute observation. It's just
Yeah,
fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
man.
you know, and you hope that there's changes. You've seen demonstrations all across the world.
Yeah,
Kids walked out of school in Virginia the other day. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I want to say Monday. Kids walked out of school in Virginia, or maybe Friday. They were against it and just seeing things everywhere. You know what I mean? So
I'm with Abdul, man. I think it's going to get worse. I don't think
it's gonna
I
get.
don't I don't think we're going to get to World War III because I think that I don't know. I don't think that
I don't
I
see
just
it
don't think
slowing
that
down.
I don't. I mean, there's not that much Palestine left, bro. So like,
No, there isn't.
you
But
know,
once these
couple
other
couple of
countries get,
days, it could be a wrap. You know,
I know, but once these other countries get involved, now you take
but
each other's military out.
how involved do these countries want to get? Like, are they there to support them and just like lay back in the
Bro,
cut and
this
lay back in the cut, or like are they really?
U.S. troops are already on the ground.
I know U.S. is like we want to stick our nose in everything, but I'm talking
Yeah,
about like the Russians, the Iranians, the
I don't
Chinese. Are
know.
they really want like? Are they there to like?
They might be there for the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Biden is really disappointing me with these decisions that he's made about
He's a
sticking his
clown, man.
nose
He's a
into
clown.
other countries.
He's
It's
a clown.
you know,
I've seen a lot of
100 billion,
conversation. I've seen a lot of
Of
conversation.
our tax dollars,
Yeah,
100
that's
billion.
where you're sending. That's where you're sending my money.
yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
So I've seen a lot of people, and these remarks are definitely off base, and they're not smart. I don't think. However, I've seen people be like, "Yo, I can't vote for this guy again."
I don't think I
And
could vote for anybody
a
ever
lot
again.
of people are saying, "Yo, I can't vote for this guy again." You know what I'm saying? Because of the stance that he's taking right now.
I'm
And I
hearing that
think
too,
that
Vo. I'm hearing that too.
and I think that people will be serious to just kind of move how Eddie moves. I'm just not going to vote for this guy. I'm just not going to
I'm
vote
just
in
not going to
general.
vote. Period, man. It's just like there's no point.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because there's nobody on the
I'm
Republican
hearing
side
that.
who
Yeah,
there's nobody on the Republican side like nobody. They're clowns.
yeah, yeah.
And
People are
you
just not
know,
going to vote. That's what's going to end up
they're
happening
just not going to vote. It's going to be one of the lowest
because
voter
they
turnout.
hate people who are Democrats are not going to vote Republican just because of who their candidates are. I
They're
mean,
just not going
Trump.
to
Are
vote.
you serious?
Yeah, they're just not going to vote.
Also, he's very pro-Israel as well. Every president in the history of this country has been.
They have to be.
They have to be.
Yeah.
So, that's not going to change anything. And I think what we're going to end up seeing is going to be a low voter turnout.
Yeah.
The one person who I will say I am deeply, deeply disappointed in, and this, like,
Ja
listen,
Rule.
brother, I don't care. I don't care about your playlist no more. I don't need to see
President
you.
Obama.
I don't need to see you in Martha's
Yeah,
Vineyard anymore.
yeah.
But Obama, what are you even doing, my guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he came out with a statement. Then he had to come out with another statement, trying
What
to
was the second stadium
he was
statement?
trying to clarify and ease some of the like support for Israel, and all of a sudden now it's like, we need to. It's a humanitarian conflict. We need to make sure that there's a
Once he didn't get the reaction he wanted, he switched it up.
well,
I
that
mean,
plus
all
he
these
got
people.
condemned so badly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it was just like, bro, I don't, what are you doing?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Obama pre 2008, before he came into office, was very much a pro-Palestinian,
Very pro-Palestine.
very vocal about it. You could tell it was early on because he didn't have any grays. It was before he became president.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get into that office, you get in line.
Crazy.
Yeah. But
getting
he
in
wasn't
line,
even in
man.
office right now, dog. You could really come out and say your true feelings today.
I think that's what he's doing though.
Yeah, but if his feelings have they changed over the
Maybe,
last 15 years?
maybe he was fronting back then.
I don't know.
I think the thing is that you would need his daughters to come out and go, not necessarily go against, but have a different opinion than what he has.
I'm sure.
And
they
I think
probably
people
do.
would
They're probably not
respect.
allowed to.
I think people would respect their opinion more because they're both in college.
I'm sure that
I think they're out of college now.
One of them's got to still be in college. But
Maybe one of them still is college. One is a writer. She works for like a TV show or something like that.
You would look at it and say, hey, they are of the age of the activity which political dissent is
you should
cool.
check their Twitter pages. They might have. Nobody.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
Barry, man, a lot of Democrats have lost me. But now I was surprised, and again, I don't have a high. I don't really like the dude, and I guess maybe there's going to be footage of it in the Netflix special. But Dave Chappelle spoke up for Palestine.
Did he?
He had people walking. He had people walking out of his show.
He had people leaving his show.
He had people. He was engaging with people, like just straight clowning folk.
Wow.
And supposedly they're gonna keep it in the Netflix special.
It's his special. What the fuck?
It's his special.
Yeah, but they
30th or something.
I don't know.
Something like
Netflix could very much take that piece out.
I mean, he probably has it. It's all or nothing, probably.
I hope so. I want to see it. Anyway,
what's the podcast? I finally saw the Footscape Wovens in person. Oh my god, I need them.
What color?
The black.
The cow print joints? Oh, the black
cow
print.
You saw somebody wearing them, or you saw them in the store?
I held them in my hand.
Why didn't you buy them? Talking about I held them in my hand, but I need them.
I'm waiting on a check. Actually, I'm waiting on a check. So,
bro, you got it, bro. You got it.
Let that invoice hit. Plus, I just got another pair of shoes anyway. I picked up my.
Where'd you get?
I picked up the airships today.
Which one?
Ship.
The black.
I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Oh, white and black.
Yeah. It's very, very solid sneaker. I won't be wearing them. They're
literally solid.
They're too small, but I won't be wearing them. But
wow, what size did you get? 11 and a half?
10 and a half.
Why don't you swap them out?
They don't have 11s. So
straight to Kellen.
Oh, damn.
Oh, going out tomorrow. You already know.
Straight to Kellen.
I said, Kel, I got some blank shirts. You want to make some new T-shirts, and I got a pair of sneakers coming your way. Let's go.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, man, the Footscape Wovens are incredible. The airships are very high quality. It's Nike did well with both. They did well with both.
Yeah. Did you watch that Tremaine Emory interview with Torre?
Oh yeah.
You listened to it, Eddie?
I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched it.
I watched it. Yeah.
I just listened to it a couple of days ago, and what did y'all think? Because I think we've talked about Tremaine every episode for the last 3 episodes. We kind of shitted on him last week, respectfully.
I mean, I don't. The interview didn't do much for me. Like, what'd you get out of it? You like, knowing what the problem is, knowing what you already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, what I did get out of it was it was a little bit more than just the Arthur Jaffe design,
Yeah.
right? I think that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back for him, as far as um, taking away from his duties and role as a creative director, um, because a lot of the other things he talked about um, are things that I've seen in a lot of different companies. The lack of diversity, um, no other black people in the design team, and you're talking about using some of these designs that um, that portray a certain images um, that could be conceived as harmful to the black community. And he was specific about touching on the Prodigy image of Prodigy in jail, and it said HNIC on top of it. Um, and the comparison, which I did not like, was the fact that he was also comparing the Arthur Jaffe image of a black man getting lynched to some of the imagery Supreme has used, that when it comes to Christ and some of that sort of stuff, because I think that's kind of apples and oranges. I don't think you can really look at those in the same vein. am i
Right.
am I tripping?
No.
Nah,
Because one has
he
to
was
do with
reaching.
race. Yeah, one
I,
has to do with race. It has to do with
I think he reaches a lot. Like I think he has
I
valid
think he
points,
does
but he definitely reaches.
I agree. Because another, let me finish the point I was making. Was one has to do with race, and it has to do with stuff that's fucked up in this country from the beginning of time.
Right.
Uh, the the lack of rights of black people, and the torture that's happened to black people over years, and now you're putting that on a shirt. And then the second part is something that has to do with religion. Sure, it's fucked up, but you have a mixed group of people who can feel a certain way about that, right? Like there's black Christians, there's white Christians, there's Arab Christians, there's Christians of all colors across the spectrum that believe in Jesus Christ and believe in the Christian faith. But when you are now putting an image of a black man getting lynched on a shirt, that's very specific to
Right.
one race and one color, right? So,
Yeah.
and then I also don't like this this line of, well, we're educating the youth, and you can use this as a tool to teach people about. Fuck out of here. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
If you go and talk to 85% of the people wearing denim tears, cotton wreaths, sweatshirts, jeans, jackets, whatever the fuck it is, under the age of 25, and ask them what that shit means, I can guarantee you they don't fucking know.
They have no. Most people have no idea.
Correct.
They just see something that they've considered fly, or somebody's worn it that they like, and they're like, oh shit, I need to be on it. It's like everything else. So the fact that you're saying that, well, it's about teaching and discourse and this, that, and the other, is bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, but he did make some good points, but there were some things in the whole interview that I just was like, fam,
He's
you're
reaching.
off.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're reaching way too far. Like you taking something and running way too far with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's a lack of diversity in Supreme. I do think Supreme profits off of black and brown culture. All these things are valid, but I
They
also think,
hire mostly black and brown people to work in the stores.
yep, and there's nobody in the senior level of staff that's a person of color or a woman, or he made a point to also point out to, there's no gay people working in there. It's just no diversity across the board.
Right.
So I understand that, and I think that's fucked up. I also think that putting an image of Arthur Jaffe's artwork that shows a black man being lynched is fucked up and wrong, and should not be allowed by
Yeah.
a brand that has a mostly white clientele. I just don't. I don't bang with that. I don't think anybody's gonna learn from it.
I mean, why doesn't he put it out on his own clothing label?
Yeah, I mean, he
I
would be.
saw that.
I mean,
I
I
was,
saw
I
that
was,
people
I was,
asking that.
I was hoping that got asked. It never got.
That would be a
asked.
lot more appropriate. Like it's your company,
I
like
think he would just deflect and say Supreme's a bigger platform.
Yeah, and that's where I go to where I think it wasn't really about the design. It was the fact that he was not allowed to make decisions that he should have been making as a creative director.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Arthur Jaffa incident was really just the icing on the cake where he really realized that, yo, they're taking all my power away from me. This
Yeah.
is something that I should be doing or decisions I should be making
Well,
based on.
he was probably putting it out to be like to get that rise anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like push the envelope anyways to get that rise.
Yeah.
You know?
But I thought it was a good conversation. I understood some of his pieces, but shout out to the one guy who does the one black employee who quit because of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to know who that is. So, yo, come on the come on
No
the
doubt.
show, come on the show, man. We want to big you up
Yeah, I mean,
in the correct
again,
fashion. Yeah,
you just got good proper context. I still think that all those fashion dudes are in a league of their own. We'll see them all in a month at our Basel month plus,
yeah,
regurgitating the same information and wrong talking points and referencing,
yeah,
Sun Ra and all that kind of stuff. It's like, whatever.
yeah.
At this point, we're gonna say, what is Abdul watching?
Man, I am still on The Sopranos, bro. I'm finishing. I'm going through the whole
Ain't
series.
nothing wrong with that.
I'm now on season 5, episode 10. I got to look up how many seasons there are because now I'm kind of rushing through because I just want
I
to
think
finish
7
it.
or 8, maybe.
Yeah, I think I still got a couple of more seasons left, man. Yeah, I haven't watched anything else. Billions is still going on. My brother-in-law is still watching it, so that's cool. I think they're on their 10th episode or something like that. So that series should be ending soon, or that season should be ending soon, as well as the morning show, which is on Apple TV, and it's another show that I really want to watch. I'm just waiting for all these seasons to be done. In the meantime, I'm finishing up The Sopranos. Yeah, but that's it. That's all I got.
So, again, I've actually been watching the West Side Gun and Then You Pray for Me vlog series.
It's a series on what, YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
On
Oh,
whose channel?
I
West
wanna
Side Gun
watch that.
channel?
On
Griselda?
West Side Gun channel. Yeah, he only has like 4 episodes, which are about 15 minutes long. They're good.
I'm watching that when we get off.
Yeah, I'm about to watch that too.
So Benny the Butcher, who was West Side Gun's cousin, basically stated on Twitter yesterday that people should not criticize music and should just enjoy it for what it is.
I respect that.
think
I kind of agree.
I think that part of me wants to agree
Okay.
because there are no qualifications to be a music critic. People
I mean,
just get on the internet.
Music, art's subjective. So
Yeah.
The other part of me says you need criticism to improve.
Yeah.
If we look at most individuals who have made significant improvements in life throughout any medium, part of what made them want to be better was somebody saying, "Hey man, you need to do this better.
yeah.
This was not good, so let's do this better."
Jerome, my only pushback to that is into 2023, I just don't know what criticism to an artist is real and which one is just for you to get clicks. We just saw this whole thing with Joe Budden criticizing Drake's album and he went crazy. And, apparently he didn't even put out the episode. He just put it on his Patreon. There's a reason for that.
He wants you to subscribe and so they can make money.
Exactly. So at what point am I gonna believe that your criticism is really a real criticism,
Like genuine,
or is it a made up criticism just so that you can make your brand more valuable?
Yeah.
And that's the part that's really hard to decipher in today's world. Back in the day, when you heard something like, yo, people were giving, I don't know how it was working actually back in the day, but it wasn't like this sort of sensationalized criticism. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You might have read something a journalist wrote, and maybe that journalist at that time was doing their version of clickbait too. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But if it's an artist that I don't really fuck with, or it ends up being an album I don't really like, I just don't like it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Cool.
listen to it.
I won't listen to it
That's
again.
it. That's it. It's simple
So
for
that's
me.
my only
Well,
pushback to that.
I think it's about who the criticism is coming from. And I feel like I was just looking at our episode from last week because we actually had about 140 comments. So make sure you leave a comment on the YouTube. But I think it depends on who is doing the criticizing and who is under what circumstances is it coming from, right? I think Joe Budden wanted a great Drake project, but because that wasn't necessarily delivered, he felt how he felt and just let it go.
I don't
It
trust Joe
looks
Budden for
bad. It
anything.
looks bad to not make it a public thing.
It's not even that, bro. It's his
It's
history with
definitely not
Drake.
only that. I get
It's it's also the fact that you as a subpar artist yourself, what could you tell
wait,
what a
wait. You saying Joe is subpar?
100%
No way.
when it comes to the success of projects
No
and
way.
what he's done in the music business?
No way.
He is more powerful and successful today as a podcaster
100%.
than he ever was in his
But let's
20
say
some
this though.
years
But
of
let's say
music.
this. Joe was unsuccessful at navigating the music industry. But in
Not the
terms of
music.
making music itself, he was not unsuccessful.
I
He has a
I could argue that point.
what but listen to what I said though. It's not about the music. The industry, he definitely failed. He could not get that together. But when it came to the actual music, he had records. He had hits. He had he has a classic song, whether you
He
like it
didn't
or
have
not.
hits. He had a hit.
He has hits. If you play Fire, you don't like Fire?
No. I like
That's
his mixtapes
subjective.
better than his albums.
Okay. All of those mood music series to
Yeah.
many people are classics.
Sure.
I wasn't
But at the
I'm not
end of
gonna
the
say that
day, you are still a failed artist.
I
Yeah.
just disagree with that, bro.
You are a subpar artist
That's
when it
not
came
true.
to, but how are you as a not
He just
'cause-
wasn't able to capitalize on his music career,
but
but he was a
you are
solid artist.
still arguing about how successful people's albums are.
I mean,
That's
he
what
can't
you talk
argue
about.
success with Drake. He can't.
That's
Is he arguing success or is he arguing if they're good or not? Because I think that's a
well,
different argument.
well, there's been cases where he has talked about the success of a project and how albums have gone. And then in this case, he also talked about where he did not like Drake's album, right? But he's also talked about other Drake albums. And I'm saying this, and people might think I'm a Drake fan. I'm not. I don't even fucking listen to
I
his
don't
music.
I
I'm
don't
simply
think
making
that
the argument that
yeah,
I made
no.
earlier that you just can't even trust the critics today.
Right.
I think there are specific critics who you can trust.
Like who?
Torre, who interviewed Denim Tears. He is a bona fide.
He's a music guy.
Yeah, definitely. He's a across
Oh,
the
he
board.
did interview Nas and Hove and made the piece with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
You
everybody.
remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I more so would trust Torre more so than I would trust
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden,
no. B Dot and what's his name? What's his
Elliot
name?
Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't they, to me
I like
they
B Dot.
to me they haven't to me they're way too East Coast bias and I just don't trust them as music people. Like they haven't enjoyed enough music from the other side of the country to me.
You know what I do like about them, and that I think they're more trustworthy than a Joe Budden is because they actually come from a world of journalism where, if nothing else, they are actually going to present some sort of facts that go along with a project.
I'm not questioning their
Yeah, their
qualification.
journalism.
I'm just saying as I don't like them
Yeah.
as music
Music
critics.
critics.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
So they might have what you said is
They
absolutely
may be
correct.
qualified for the job.
Yeah, but I
When you
think they
don't
have
value
to
their
be
opinion as much.
qualified. I believe they have to be qualified for the job because they've got like Rock Nation backing them now. So I don't think they can afford to not be qualified,
No
right?
doubt.
But I think that, or I believe that, I just don't like how they present things. Whatever. It's apples and oranges. It's no big deal. But it just seems like, and it's more so for me when you're looking at Griselda because on this album, Westside Gun tried to rhyme over some trap beats, and to me they sound terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the story of he was a trap rapper first. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't find success as a trap rapper.
Right.
Also, if you don't like the way he sounds, then you just don't like the way he sounds over
But again,
trap beat. You prefer him over
exactly.
a boom bap like a Premier beat.
Listen to it tomorrow in the whip, right?
Mhm.
And there's just something missing there. It's just not his style.
I
Doesn't
like
sound
him on
good.
like Alchemist Derringer beats.
Yeah,
Alchemist
beats.
Derringer,
Oof.
whomever.
Premier cool,
Forget
but like
about it.
Alchemist Derringer, like
Yeah.
The one he did with
especially
Premier,
Derringer. No, he's fire with Premier, but like
the one he did with Premier is fire.
I just feel like
So-
him and Derringer and they like built that
Yeah.
sound together. So like
But I can understand why he wants to spread his wings. So I'm not upset in any way, shape, or form. So
I mean, he's an artist, so he's trying
Right.
something new.
So we'll see. Let us know. We're actually gonna I think we'll post this as a video clip this week. We haven't posted video clips in a minute. Other than that, I haven't listened to too much. But it's been beautiful. What's the podcast? Episode 229. Before I let go, shout out to my guy. I was available. Hashtag she were Eddie.
Peace, gentlemen.
Shout out to my man. Don't Charge Abdul.
Yes, sir.
I am DJ Drumbaker the Third. Shout out to Silent Tom. Peace in the Middle East.
Peace in
Yes,
the
sir.
Middle East.
Shout out to Richmond, California.
Shout out
and
to
we'll be-
Colombia,
Scotland,
Ireland.
all that. And we'll be back next week. Peace.
Peace.